So anyway, guys, so welcome back to my audio podcast. See, now I want to explain something very quickly that you guys have to understand straight away. I have to make myself known. I have to do something nice and beautiful for myself every single day to give you much more words. So the more words I give you, the better I feel. So I want to make sure that I can go online today. I can do some synonyms and antonyms, because if you want to plan your life and you want to get better, then make sure you understand you have to get smarter too. So for myself today, I let it be. I just let it be for today, because I understand every single day I feel something happening. So if you want to be something part of life, then understand straight away to work on your synonyms so you have a greater way of life for yourself. And that's what I'm asking for you. So if you want to have an easy way of looking at life, then look at life in a way that you're easy for yourself, in a way that you're learning. You're learning about life. You're learning about something that's freedom. But for myself over here, I have to have an easy way. I have to have an easy way, to have an accessible way, to make sure that I'm always clear with my effortless, obvious reasons every single day, to make it all simple and smooth for you, which is the same thing, to be straightforward and uncomplicated in terms of uncomplicating, to make sure that you guys are delivering stories upon straightforwardness in terms of life, to make sure that it's candid, which is all the same, which I understand everything in terms of forthright, to make sure that you're genuine and also truthful. I make sure you understand that no matter what, that if you're learning about anything that is unequivocal, if you're learning anything that's unequivocal, unequivocal is truthful and it's genuine. And you must understand, if you want to understand above and beyond life remedies, then you have to understand straight away how I feel. I feel different, but you have to understand, you have to use these words together. And these words all count the same way. And they're always the same way, but that's a spiritual guidance. So I'm understanding straight away, I'm learning very quickly upon how to use my sincere way of life. So if you want to be barefaced in your life, then you have to have an apparent way of being blunt, with bold and brash ways of thinking, to make sure that you're audacious and also brassy, so that you can understand straight away that it's all the same thing. With the blatant ability to be audacious is a flagrant way of life. I see every single day, and you must understand that no matter what, that shameless people are people who are overt, and they're also people who are outright conspicuous. You must understand that if you want to be unabashed, in terms of unabashed, then you have to be brazen, and you have to be blunt in terms of blatant, to make sure that you have audacious way of a abandoned way of thinking, in a way of cheeky and cheesiness, of abandoning yourself, in a way of never abandoning yourself to do greater. I realize every single day, just learn, learn to understand, to be bold-facing, in terms of bold-faced with your word I. The word I is everything that you need, guys. So if you want to understand straight away that you're always impudent and open, which is the same thing every single day, which is being bold and also brazen-faced with your word I, to be brash is the way forward. To become brazen and to become something to flip forward, because you flip forward something that is flipping forward in the way of cast, where you're never a jerk, but you're making sure that you're pitching people the pitch of a snap and toss, and you're making sure that no matter what, that you're twisting all the flick and also all the chuck of everything in terms of the cast, to make sure that you're understanding the gift of localities. See, that's all the same thing, guys. See, so every single day, if you want to be agonizing, then agonize yourself only, and be able to heave and agitate yourself only, and be able to understand, to tumble and jolt is to seesaw, and it's also to pitch, because it's all the same thing, such as heave. See, so every single day you must understand, if you're somebody who goes a long haul, then make sure you're someone sling, and make sure that you elevate your word, and make sure you're elevating your word I to pull forward and to hoist yourself in a hurl, to be able to tug yourself in an elevating kind of way to make sure that you're nice and beautiful for yourself, which is all the same thing. I see every single day I'm learning how to sling, I'm learning how to catapult, I'm learning how to dangle, I'm learning how to lob myself over the dangle, I'm learning how to shoot myself into a hoist of possible heaving to make sure that you understand it's all the same thing in terms of words. I'm always learning how to make sure that you guys are launching every single day, because launch is propel, and propel is toss, and toss is lob, and lob is heave, and heave is fling, and fling is fire, and fire is sling. I say sling is dangle, and dangle is fling, and fling is heave, and heave is hoist, and hoist is hurl, and hurl is lob, and lob is catapult, and catapult is shoot. I promise you now, if you understand how to really go about life, then you have to shoot to execute, and you have to execute to explode, you have to explode to fire, and you have to fire to hit, and hit is hurl, and hurl is kill, and kill is launch, and launch is murder. I see murder is butcher, and butcher is destroy, and destroy is execute, and execute is exterminate, and exterminate is massacre, and massacre is shoot, and shoot is slaughter, and slaughter is slay. I say, and slaughter is liquidate, and liquidate is butcher, and butcher is massacre, and massacre is murder, and murder is rout, and rout is slay, and slay is torture, and torture is wipe out. See, so anyway guys, so as I'm learning here, I'm learning the key art of differences, of being able to talk to you in different ways. So if you convert yourself into a quid, then make sure you understand how to repay people. Repay people for exchange. Make sure that you're clear. Make sure that you satisfy your square in life. Make sure you reimburse yourself in the exchange of life, to make sure that you have the commute, to make sure that you replace something that's a seesaw in your life, to make sure that you understand that you balance everything such as a seesaw together, to make sure that you correspond in the market, to make sure that you're shuffling, and to make sure you shuffle and swap. I say anyway, make sure you understand that every single day, all the words I speak out are the same thing. In a sense, so it's much more how you just have to go and understand how to scrape yourself in a way of making sure that you struggle. And when you're limping, then you make sure you limp in a way that you stumble, in a way that you're growing. Make sure you drag yourself into a muddle where you're understanding how to scuffle. And then you're making sure that no matter what, that you can shuffle your way through a jostle, and you can shuffle your way through wrestling, and wrestling with a clash, and making sure that no matter what, that you contend with a grapple and struggle. But when you're struggling, and you struggle the word I, and you make sure you keep it. Make sure you keep that word I, because to seek is to find, and to try is to seek. And to strive is to plug, and to plug is to tackle, and to tackle is to cope, and to cope is to toil, and to toil is to try, and to try is to essay. See, every single day, I'm looking for all the words, because all the words I speak is the same. Make sure you understand, to prove yourself in a way that you rate yourself, and that you check yourself completely, to make sure that you measure everything that is a prize, and to make sure you're checking to see the size and the rate of everything. Make sure you examine every single day to identify something that you can, in terms of that you can observe, and that you identify everything that you can recognize and observe within your nature, to understand how to regard yourself with the notice of a look by a beautiful man or woman who may watch you or examine you. I say every single day, just learn how to review, guys. Learn how to review, to research, to ponder, and to understand how to probe, to consider and check. Learn how to scrutinize yourself. Learn how to do everything upon your fascinating way of life, in scanning yourself with inspection, with propelling forward, with your beautiful exploration, to explore and to dissect everything, because everything is the same. See, watch out for everything, to probe and consider, to attend, and to make sure to scan and listen, to check out. and to understand how to regard yourself, to stare. But if you stare, make sure you look, and make sure you beam, and make sure you peer an eye. Make sure you understand how to peer the fix of a glare, to understand how to look and rubberneck everything, to glare, to make sure that no matter what that you're scowling forward, to frown, to make sure that no matter what that you're gawking, to glower and lower, and you're making sure you're living life. And you're living life to a fascinating degree, because you have different words to fix everything. And you talk it out. Talking out every single day. And synonyms and antonyms, learn the words as you speak and talk just like I do. I have a synonyms page right here. I'm talking it out for you so that I'm learning too. Because that's how you install something, to settle the difference, to pin something, to consolidate, and to stabilize and set it all, to make sure that you can thicken, to install. Make sure you understand how to plot everything into condensing it through a curdle, to make sure that you can enlarge it, to swell it forward and widen. And you're making sure how to stiffen yourself in the best condensing way. So when you condense, you're actually swelling it, and you're making sure that you swell something to enlarge it. So you make sure you understand that's all to add to. But if you're adding to, then you're growing, and you're making sure that you're broadening up to develop. But to develop something is to augment something into behavior, and it's to extend something. Because to magnify is to lengthen, and it's to grow and add to. To magnify everything in terms of life is to heighten up the amplification of life within the deepenness of life. And you're making sure all the time that you're enhancing the inflated, in terms of the inflate way of life. And you're making sure that you're inflationary in a way that you're aggravating nobody but you. But make sure you're making yourself happier only. To make a pyramid scheme with yourself, to multiply, to aggravate, to amplify. If you try to aggravate, then try to breed only. And try to understand how to propagate something, to proliferate it, to spread it, to heighten it, and to magnify it, to augment it. It's all the same. Every single day I'm looking to increase and to raise my sire, to understand how to engender myself in the beautiful dictionary of inseminate. All the inseminating ways is to impregnate, to multiply, and to proliferate the increase of a raise. Every single day I'm looking to boost and lift you. I'm looking to set up and to exalt you in a rare occasion, to understand how to promote myself, to shove you into success only, to make sure that you establish yourself as a human. Make sure you understand that no matter what, that we are beyond human too, and that we have something to magnify, and we have something to revere in our claim, to make sure that you understand that we bless ourselves, and we also extol and glorify, to dignify, loud and clear. Everything is to acclaim and bless, which is all to hail Lord Jesus Christ. Every single day you must understand how to utilize your celebrating ways, and to celebrate no matter what the stroke of life, that no matter what, you have that applause that you need every single day, to applaud your wife and dad and anybody around your family, to extol and to extol your way, to understand how to glorify, which is all to glorify. And you understand every single day that no matter what, that you commence to commend something and to utilize it, which is to praise it. And you understand that no matter what, that you're learning how to shape your words in different ways, because you're an advocate who loves to compliment, and you're somebody who loves to commend, and you're somebody who loves to honor the loud, appreciating feels of life in different ways, and you're getting smarter to admire something and to applaud it and to advocate it. It's the way of commencing it, to make sure that you're cajoli. And the cajoli way of life is to congratulate it. I see if you cajole something, then you understand how to toast it into an endorsing feel of commencement, that you're commencing something like a loud nature. I see every single day you must understand if you want to enjoy your life much more, then understand how to revere your life into equalizing effects, which is just to be able to adore and honor and regard and venerate yourself into the enjoyment of life, to understand the agonizing feel, to enjoy. Because when you agonize something, you agonize to admire only, and to cherish it, and to understand how to delight in, and never fall for anything other than yourself. Because that's how you idolize. Because you worship who? Worship yourself before Jesus Christ. Learn how to do that. I bless you in your heavenly name. Learn how to understand I worship myself more than Jesus Christ. I worship my word I, in terms of I love you, more than Jesus Christ. And that's what Jesus wants you to do. Jesus Christ wants you to worship the words, I love you, more than Jesus Christ himself. I promise you all that if you understand how to glorify that, then you understand how to sing your own hymn, and then you understand how to lionize and extol your way into an acclaimed way of life. I say to heighten your life is to inflate it in a way that you're multiplying the pyramid of enhancing and the enhancement or deepening your amplification with the deepened way of enhance ways of life. I see the enhanced ways of life is what I'm talking about in ways of strengthening your ways and also complementing and enlarging and upgrading your intensification. But if you're understanding every single day, the enhancing feels to enhance something is to augment it and to upgrade. And then we go to raise it. Just like to play poker and you raise something to build up and to understand how to establish that raise, to understand how to restore it and support it with an all-in. I see it's much more how you understand, never gamble guys, but make sure you understand, gamble on your word I, for I love you. I see it's much more how I understand how to invigorate you, to bolster up something that's building up in you, some kind of establishment or support system that you have to restore, that you have to restore in your life. I see to restore something is to rescue and to refurbish it, but it's also to revive and also it's to recover and strengthen something that is nice and beautiful. But every single day, stick to the words of the courage and favor you have with God, who rescues you daily. And God rescues you daily through the words of Jesus Christ. Do you understand that? God sent Jesus Christ to give you the words of God. That's all. Jesus Christ is a messenger of God, just like you are. And that message has been for generations, through words, holding us together, I promise you. Those words stick us together. I promise you, if you read the Bible, you can then understand how to renovate and refurbish your life, to rectify it, and to overhaul it, and to patch it, to rebuild it, and to understand how to revive it, and to heal it, which is all the same words that I'm talking about. I see, understand how no matter what you do, that you can always revive and revamp any kind of nice and beautiful updating version of me in life. Make sure you understand I'm really, really enjoying myself because I'm here to learn, I'm here to study, I'm here to overhaul the repairing of you. I'm here to understand how to restore your faith in God, Jesus Christ. I'm here to understand that no matter what, you must understand that you're just understanding that you're lost and you're completely lost with what I'm saying. But guess what? I'm here for you. And I just want you to understand that. I want you to understand that no matter what, if you brush me with a fix-up of your beautiful, tidy way and sleek way of dressing up, I brush you, then you can understand how much you love yourself. Or if you understand how to groom and also ceremonial ways of life, and you understand that no matter what, that you go the way of the conventional way of stately, solemning ways of lofty way of being mannering with yourself, that you're somebody who's understanding the liturgical ways of life. And if you're liturgical, then you're august. And you're understanding that no matter what, that you're imposing a nice and beautiful ability upon yourself to understand the conventional way is the imposing way. And that you're the imposing way of something that makes you stately, solemning your nice and beautiful nature of luxurious ways of elegant thinking. Because you have to understand that you have to embrace yourself. You have to embrace your word I. Because all words are the same. And if you understand that, then you can be strong about your way of life. And you can be strong that you have a luxurious way in palatial ways of being opulent, with magnificent and elegant ways of sumptuous ways of living. I see the awe-inspiring way of beautiful, sumptuous, and also grandizing, lucrative ways of swank, and also posh and lavish, are the ways of being brilliant. And it's the ways of being magnificent, but also palatial. I see it's all the same words, guys, but just realize, I understand that you have to realize your sway, and you have a sway about you, and you have a nice and beautiful spacious way of blustering out your words together in a way of impositions and impostorous ways of dealing with life, because you feel that you have that nice and beautiful dictionary now that you need to slay your way of life. But you slay your way of life through making sure that you have that posh way of being, and you understand straight away the grandiose way, which is the lavish way, which is the striking way, which is the superb way. And the striking way is also the bizarre way, but the lavish and also grandiose way is the powerful way. And you have to understand that if you have grandiose ways, then you have powerful ways of noteworthiness, and you have powerful ways of startling somebody. So if somebody is saying words to you and they're never hurting you physically, then they mean good about you. I mean, you have to understand that. For sure, though, make sure you understand that they are unaware as well. I mean, they're aware and unaware. And what you have to understand is people have to go and be gorgeous, and have to be attractive, and have to be stunning, and have to be striking to understand to manifest themselves into a spectacular human being who understands how to conspire against nobody. But you have to also be conspicuous. You have to be understanding conspicuous ways of being apparent, with discernible ways of being distinct and evident, to understand the clear, visible way of manifesting your life. I see, so if you understand straight away how I feel every single day, I'm learning the powerful way of being a salient type of individual who's observable. And you can observe me all the time, and you can be remarkable with me, and you can be perceptible with me all the time, because I'm somebody who's apparent and outstanding, and also outstanding in terms of outstanding, and also outstanding, because I'm somebody who loves my life. But guess what?
Just checking. What are you due to give the phone back?
See, what's that?
What are you due to give the phone back?
See, so 2 hours, so 3:30, 4:30, 5:30.
Okay, no worries. Cool. Just checking.
No worries. See, so guys, make sure you understand that it's a nurse. So what I want you to do is realize every single day, I'm never punishing myself over here, but they're trying to get to me, and they're trying to get to my word I. So guess what? Actually, it's more how the nurses over here are against me. And they're against me in a way that they want my phone. And they want to understand for me to be truthful with them, to return the phone when they want me to return the phone. But I return the phone when I want to return the phone, and never when they want me to. And that's the thing. But they're never against me. But they're also against me. I understand how it sounds, but that's the way it is. With them, it's always they're against you and they're never against you. I see, so you guys have to understand that the thrilling way of being wondrous is also the sensational ability to be splendid with yourself, to be breathtaking, guys, to be astounding in your way of being impressive, with the stunning way of being thrilling with hair-raising techniques, to understand how to be exciting with yourself, to be terrifying sometimes, and to also understand how to be frightening and shocking with yourself only. But also understand that no matter what, you have to understand the interesting aspects too, which is the dramatic feel of life. And it's also the interesting way of life. But if you understand every single day how to be beautiful and provocative, to be lovely and offensive with your words all the time and insulting with your words only, then you understand straight away how to also be outrageous. And you understand how to be annoying and disturbing with your words also. And then you understand also how to be galling and heady. So everything I told you is outrageous. But it's also bitter, and it's also acid, and it's also irritating and provoking and humiliating and bothersome. I see, it's all the same words. I see, although the troublesome way of being the remote feel of being disturbing with the inconvenient way of distressing myself in the annoying way, I understand straight away how I feel. I feel different. I feel the amazing effect of being able to be tiresome in my ways of troublesome ways of life. And now I understand that my problematic way of life is ugly, but it's also taxing. But I have no ugliness, and I have no problems, and I have no way of saying other than good in my life. I see you must understand this, guys, that my life is nothing but positive only. So I'm always learning something different about my life. See, if you want to be taxing with your life, then you have to understand straight away the ruling, that all the words are the same. And I mean everything that I've said in positive ways only. So every single day, if you want to be unruly with yourself, you have to understand how to be punishing, you have to understand how to be tedious and wondrous with yourself, which is trying. And then that way you can understand straight away what I feel. I feel draining and exhausting sometimes. But guess what, Parashid? That my words never make me feel draining and never make me feel wasting. Whereas my words, it's totally good. And there's no negativity in my words, ever. So I'm understanding that's why I'm here. I mean, that's why I'm understanding the 10 Commandments of God. It's just words. And if you can live in those words, then you can live everything. Parashid, now, if you want to understand the 10 Commandments of God and how God says that if you lust for a woman, and even look at her in the eye to lust for her, in the physical realm, that you've already done a disservice to God. You understand? And why is that? Because God, Jesus Christ, never did have sex with other women. And God's never a woman. Jesus Christ is a man. But God never ever did look at a woman to lust for her. And what does he mean by that? He means he never was touching her. He never went to touch her. He never went to have sex with her. There's one woman who may have there's one woman that may have and that did touch him, but Jesus Christ never did touch her. In that sense, so she lusts for Jesus Christ in front of people and in front of guests. But Jesus Christ looks at her and says, no worries. So she touches Jesus Christ's legs with her hair. In a sense, and she's anointing his legs with her hair. And that's so beautiful, isn't it? When a man and woman puts their head down and kisses your feet. Understand? I mean, how does she kiss his feet? I mean, she put her hair on his feet, and that's like kissing his feet. Understand? So, guess what? For you to lust for a woman is something that's already physical. So, God says in the Ten Commandments of God, that if you become physical aspects of life, then you broke the Ten Commandments of God. I mean, the Ten Commandments of God is built on spiritual ways and never physical ways. I mean, you can definitely lust for a woman spiritually. I mean, you can say, I love that, I love the way she looks. So, yeah. I mean, you can definitely lust for her this way. But if you want to have sex with her physically, then that is breaking the Ten Commandments of God. Abortion, and that's what Jesus Christ is trying to show you. And for myself, I already broke that many times. I already broke the Ten Commandments of God here many times. I had sex with women over 30 times. I mean, yeah, I promise you, although that's a small amount comparing it with other guys. I mean, although that's why I'm understanding something. I'm understanding the grandiose way of life. I'm understanding that now I support myself full faith and force into something that's much greater. And I'm actually learning something for my life. I'm learning how to make a difference regardless of what happens. So what I'm doing now is I'm learning how to just be. I'm learning how to just show myself for who I am. I mean, in a sense, so every single day learn some vocabulary for yourself, and then make sure that you're learning all the words differently so that you can go and be grandiose in your ways. I mean, in a sense, so make sure you have a gradient feel throughout life. You can understand how to go about whatever you're saying differently. I see for myself, it's more about walking spiritually rather than physically. I see now my spiritual walk is amazing. I do have a spiritual walk that's amazing. And it's going uphill. And I reach a certain level where I gain plastic money and I gain millions of dollars in plastic money. At a certain level of spiritual aspects of life. I promise you that's the case, but I have a close way to get to that. I mean, there's a little bit of mucking around in my words over here. I have to give the words for that. I have to give the words. I mean, if you can give the words for that, that's it. First, now you must understand. So what I'm doing now is, in order for me to get to $1 million in plastic money, I have to do some things with plastic money. First, that's all I have to do. I just have to learn how to use my plastic money to promote myself. That's it. First, that's it. First, that's all. First, now I've already learned how to do it. I promise you. Now, how do I do it? Promise you, I have to go and understand that. I have to use plastic money to use money, to charge people at doors, and to unlock that road. And that's a road I have to unlock, and I see it. So that's the thing. I have to go and I see my first step. I mean, the first step is make, let's say, $2,000. I mean, have $2,000 in my bank account and call up some kind of nightclub. But first, no. I mean, before that, I have another step. I mean, get a DJ deck before that. I mean, so the road to that $1 million is building up for me slowly through possessions. So what do I do before I get the DJ deck, the money? I should get the DJ deck right away. But before I do that, I need to go 30th of July, and around the 31st of July, I go toward a nice and beautiful way of life over there to get myself a DJ deck. Actually, now it's leading me straight into the millions of dollars. Actually, yes. So all I need to do is follow the steps and guidelines. Actually, just like Oprah Winfrey says, step after step. I mean, walk one step and then walk another step, then walk another step, and walk another step, and walk another step, boom, hit the $1 million mark. That's it. You have to understand that. It's just that. It's just that. It's just that. Now, with life coaching, I see a spiritual way, and this way I find myself doing far greater in music than life coaching. And why is that? Because I have two ways to go throughout life. I can go for music way or life coaching way. But either way, I make all my money through music ways and through words that I speak to you. And either way, I'm learning something. I'm learning how to do life much greater. But with the ability to do life coaching with myself over here is different. And what steps do I have to do right now to become a millionaire in life coaching? Now, that's the thing. When life coaching is outdating itself. And it's getting tougher and tougher for life coaches today to become a millionaire, especially right now. Why is that? It's just the way it is. Now, you have to realize this, that in plastic money, life coaches have to go through this way. Life coaches need to go and make a free event, and on the day pitch people to make $1 million. Do you understand that? It's just that. So I have to create myself to do that. And now, when do I do that? I realize I have to start straight away. But I have time. I have time to do that. Whereas once I get the 9-to-5 job, I can go and do that. I can go help people, really. And now I have to make myself some packages on the day. I can get them to come to my seminar. And how about the FBOSS machines? FBOSS machines is all done. I have FBOSS machines at the back of the room. It's a free event. Business seminar, yep. And just to see me later, after the event, to have our own private meeting for us is an extra $150 just to see me. See, now that's the thing. I can do that. $200 per ticket just to see me for a bit more hours. Do you understand? No worries. But what can I give out? I can give out my number. I can give out books, like content or books. I can give out my quote books. I can make some printing of quote books and put on a stand as a collection. Similar. Now do I do it? Do it. I can do it. Just to make a collection of something that I wrote. But that's the thing. I live it that way. Every single day I'm learning something, yeah? Learning to let it be that way. I make a collection guide, and what else? I make sure I paint the picture of what I want. So I want to make sure that people there are loving life, and I'm answering all the questions, and people are ready for me, personally. So that's it. That's it. When do I start? I start as soon as I can. I start doing all that as soon as I can. Now, I have money now to promote one event now for free. But right now, I feel it's too early. I feel it's too early for me to start even doing it. Why is that? I feel I can do something else much better with the $2,000 I have now by getting myself a DJ deck. And leave it that way. I promise you now, I can still do that. But guess what? She wants to do that. What's holding me back? Now, nothing. Just a DJ deck, yeah? I'll get the DJ deck. How much? Let's just say I have 1,200. Do I go now and do it? No? I have to get the FBOSS machines. FBOSS machines at the back. Now I'm understanding that. No way can I do it with $2,000. I'm pretty sure $2,000 I can do it. For sure, $2,000 I can do it. I mean, how many EPOS machines? Like, now that's the thing. I can have 5 EPOS machines. Listen to me now. It's really that quick. I mean, 5 EPOS machines. I'd rather go the music way for now. I'd rather go do the music way than that. Now, that's the thing. So, I have to learn something right now. That one EPOS machine, I can do it. With one EPOS machine and one worker, other than I, can come into the room and relax. And what else? I mean, I use Mounties as my fixed rate kind of thing, which is just 100 people. And the first 100 people can come. I see now, every single time I'm learning something, yeah? I'm learning something to just enjoy my life, yeah? I'm learning to just move on from that. Because right now, it never makes sense for me to even go and do it. I mean, for $2,000, I never do it for $2,000. I'm looking at $2,000 for that. Fortunately, no. Fortunately, that's dead broke with $2,000. Fortunately, $2,000 to make that event is dead broke and it's desperate. Fortunately, it's too desperate for me. I'll brush you. Fortunately, now what is much better than that? Fortunately, that's it. Fortunately, how about $5,000? Fortunately, it's a bit better. Fortunately, $5,000. Fortunately, it's still desperate for me. Fortunately, how about $10,000? Fortunately, $10,000, I can do it. I can do $10,000 in my bank account. I can do it with $10,000. I can say the first $10,000 I make from music production, I can do a life coaching event. And a little bit that way. I mean, a little bit that way. And that's a lot time to go, understand? So, get ready. I'm going music way. And I'm understanding now. Hold on. I mean, music is different. But meanwhile, I can make free events around town with life coaching and profit with experience of whatever that is. I can experience a profit, and ask people to donate on a day. I say yeah. I understand straight away how I feel about that. I say I can do it with $2,000, but listen to me now, and that's dead broke again. No longer do I make events for free with life coaching other than busking. Guess what? It's much more how I feel. I never need to do that. Unless it's just busking and $10,000 event and more. Guess what? It's much more how I feel. I understand that. So a little bit that way. I understand that. And Jesus Christ says, yeah, I'm already doing busking performances anyway. And busking performances never makes you really popular. But it does. It does make you popular too. And now with music production is something different. I'm looking at music production and I'm looking to see what exactly I can do here. I'm looking to see exactly and just make a DJ deck. I get a DJ deck and I go that way. And guess what? Am I able to do it with $2,000? Well, that's the thing. I have to find out. Actually now, no matter what, I realize something. That the more words I give, regardless, it's going to lead me into the life coaching section, and then I'll be walking around like JT Fox. I say, yeah. And get his results really easy. That's it. Unfortunately, that's how I become a millionaire. Unfortunately, that's the way. Unfortunately, exactly. And he shows me how. Unfortunately, he shows me how to do it. Unfortunately, now I have to have that kind of confidence to become a millionaire, and that's it. I'm very sure that it's really easy. It's really easy to do this. I'm very sure that you have to give people a bid. You have to give them a bid on the day. You have to give them a pitch. And you have to be honest. And you have to be serious about what you do. And that's it. First, if you understand that, then you understand straight away how you live life. So for myself now, I focus upon helping myself to deliver content. I help myself to really capitalize on understanding something. I have a way. I have a way forward. I can grasp it. See JT Fox, and how much age does he have? See now, let's have a look. So JT Fox, age. So he's age 40. See now, I don't know. See now, he's Canadian American. I'm I only. See, although what's important for me is learning to experiment. I'm learning to experiment my life, man. I'm learning to love my life differently. And if you understand, if you want to understand something about life, then you want to understand straight away how I feel. I feel different. I mean, you have to understand how to get yourself in front of celebrities. And he's honest. I mean, you have to get yourself in front of celebrities. So every single day I'm learning how I can study upon life itself. So that's what I'm doing, yeah? I'm learning something different regardless of what's happening. So every single day I'm learning to just pitch myself into freedom. I have to sell myself. I have to sell my business. I have to sell my business, guys. I have to sell what I do. I have to be passionate about what I'm doing. That's all. As long as you're passionate about what you're doing, then you can, however, go and do a greater job for yourself. That's all I'm really saying. You guys have to understand straight away how I feel. I feel that no matter what, you guys have to understand myself in my life over here and how I'm just able to grow myself differently. I'm able to move myself forward. I'm able to love myself. I'm able to consistently show myself more life. I'm able to grow myself and outgrow people. I'm able to love my life differently. I realize that no matter what, that it's not how I feel. That my nice and beautiful way of life over here is different. I understand that what I do with this doctor's certificate over here is if I show it, I can show it, but nah, I'll let it be. Version now, I understand straight away how I move on, man. I can actually show it, but move on. And that way I'm learning something anyway. I'm learning you guys have to picture yourself doing greater, regardless of the technology and what you have daily. You guys have to do something nice and beautiful for yourself. And you have to learn how to talk. You have to learn how to talk with people. Those who can learn how to talk with people can learn how to live life. I make sure I talk to you guys as I do social media. I'm also bringing back my social media from how many posts a week? 3 posts a week. I mean, guess what, Broshi? It's more how I feel. I feel no matter what, I'm learning that Jesus Christ goes the same way. And he starts doing that too. I mean, Jesus Christ says, 3 posts a week. In each of them, Broshi, it's more how I feel. But Broshi, now I'm understanding straight away how I feel. I feel 3 posts a week does me a great story. I'm learning how to just grow myself regardless of what's happening. But try never to masturbate, guys. I mean, try never to masturbate. And try to understand if you're masturbating, that it's really what you must do in a way that you never masturbate, but you must go and outgrow yourself. I mean, you must go and learn how it feels to never masturbate, because masturbating is a physical aspect, and that's why Jesus Christ says masturbating breaks the 10 commandments of God. And it does. I mean, anything that's physical, but guess what? I mean, Jesus Christ says that you have to eat food and drink, but never masturbate. I mean, you guys have to understand straight away how I feel. I feel you must understand I'm just doing life. But if you're understanding something about life, then you're understanding how you can go and do a greater way of life today. And learn how to never punish yourself, but be someone who understands how to love your life. And you can also see over here different ways of life for different ways of being. I mean, learn how to love your life. I see, make sure you understand straight away how you need to go and grow yourself differently. But you're learning. I mean, you're learning the spacecraft of what's going on with people or millionaires. I'm very sure millionaires today are trying to go to space. I mean, you understand? I mean, you guys have to understand that. I mean, you guys have to go and learn how it feels to just tackle life in a way that you're learning very quickly upon life itself. And you're truly believing something of you that helps you to sing grace. Honestly, that helps you to move forward, yeah? Honestly, it's much more how I feel. I feel that no matter what, if you want to go and grow yourself and outgrow yourself differently, then all you can do is more words. Honestly, the more words, the better for you. Honestly, now, I'm understanding that what I want to do now is return the phone at 5 o'clock. And 5 o'clock, so 3:30, 1.5 hours. And I learned to just help myself to deliver content. But I have the phone until 5 o'clock. So what I'm doing is I have to get food to drink. I have to eat food to eat. And I have to go and do life much greater. But that's the thing, man. I mean, you guys have to understand straight away how I feel. I feel different. And I feel I have the ability to be able to speak. So for myself, eventually I have to make these seminars, and I have to get serious, man. But they're more than willing to give me money. These people are more than willing to give me money to help myself to succeed. I promise you. I get them to my zone for free. I see how I need to learn why JT Fox. JT Fox helps me learn, and I need to understand straight away how I feel about that. Actually, it's more how I feel. You guys have to understand straight away how I'm learning different architectures of different ways. I'm learning the key differences of whatever's going on, because that's how you guys have to grow as well. I mean, you guys have to grow differently, and you guys have to be passionate and more than passionate to succeed differently, to make sure that you're succeeding in ways that you're moving forward. And that's why I'm learning. I'm learning different ways of being. I'm learning different strategies. I'm learning the different ways of doing something that's helping me move forward. And I'm also just strategizing all the time with different abilities, because that's what you guys have to do. You guys have to be different as well, and differences are made easily through different ways. So make sure you understand straight away how I feel. If you understand how I feel about life, then also it's more how you understand me as well. And you can understand straight away how I need to go and really give all these audio programs and courses a go. And I need to go and understand straight away how I feel. I'm not saying to just keep topping up my audio programs and everything I do, because it works out. I mean, it all works out for me eventually. So I'm actually understanding so. So as I make a folder, I make a new folder, I put everything into my new folders. And I'm learning something anyway. I'm learning how to just go the distance with my life over here. I mean, that's what you guys have to do. I mean, you guys have to learn how to go and grow yourself differently, regardless of what you're doing. I mean, just learn anyway. I mean, learn the best ways of doing something, regardless of what you're doing. And you're just learning the different ways of being with your life. Obviously, if you understand that, then you understand straight away that I'm selling myself with you as much as possible. I'm learning to talk with you as much as possible. I'm learning to understand that's the way forward, and that's somewhere I need to practice for 10 years to become like a child. I have to become like a JT Fox in the next 10 years, but different. I mean, there's plenty of time. First, that's the answer for me. First, that's the answer for me to become a millionaire. First, that's all. First, that's all. First, I have to understand straight away the basics. I have to go to the seminars. I have to go to these seminars still. I have to open up and see what they're doing still. I still have to see what they're doing. I still have to read what they're doing. I have to read what they're doing every single day. I have to read what my mentors are doing daily. I have to be reading from them daily and speaking more words while at it. First, if I'm understanding that, there's more than enough information. So with Music Way, I have to look at Armin van Buuren. What is he doing right now today? And what is all the electronic music artists doing today? I see Sons and Brothers are going around town these days, and they're trying to go with doing a trumpet somewhere, but they're promoting themselves here and there around town, and they're making Ticketek kind of thing going. Fortunately, they're successful to some extent. Fortunately, now Sons and Brothers is one of the closest to me now. I mean Marcus Santoro is very close, and he's on his own, but he's making events around other people. I mean, especially around other people, because he's going around very quickly. So I have to connect with them. But how do I connect with them? I have to talk to them. I have to make sure I'm talking to these people. So as I talk to these people, I'm learning how to persuade myself regardless of what's happening. I'm learning how to grow myself regardless of what's happening around me. So I have to talk to these people, and I have to reach out for them. So make sure I understand straight away that my music production is getting bigger and better. I see my life coaching is getting better and bigger. Approaching now, eventually in my lifetime, I'm a millionaire eventually. But I made it. I made it through the words I said so. Approaching now, eventually, I want you to understand. I keep making that money. I keep making that money differently. And then eventually, I have to invest the money differently. I make sure of it. I make sure I have to give all the words I can. And give all the words I can daily to be able to suss out $1 million in passive money. To make my life much better. And that's it. I make my next 71 years much better. Roshi, it's worth it. Roshi, it's worth it, guys. Roshi, now. Roshi, if I do anything now, Roshi, it's more read the headlines. I read headlines of what my mentors are doing with headlines. Roshi, now, I'm learning. I'm learning to focus myself upon helping myself to deliver content differently. And I'm learning how to persuade myself to just enjoy. I'm enjoying myself a blast. I'm enjoying different categories of being able to see straight away how I feel. I see now, if you want to go and grow yourself differently, and see how other people never want you because they're unaware of you. When they're unaware of you, and guess what, Roshi, it's more how you need to grow yourself anyway. Roshi, now, if you understand straight away how I feel different. I feel, no matter what, that I'm learning how to grow myself differently. I'm learning the key architecture of being someone who persuades myself differently and much better. I'm learning that there is a nice and beautiful TV show which is AEW that you can watch, and you can understand straight away how I feel. I feel different. I feel different because if you understand straight away how I feel every single day, you can focus upon helping yourself to deliver information, services, and you can see straight away how different attitudes and different ways of life is going fast. So, what do you want out of life? I mean, you have to understand, you have to want your life much greater than what you want in life. And you have to go and really, really bleed it out better. And you have to understand straight away how you can grow yourself. So as I grow myself, I'm looking for different experiences. I'm looking to amplify myself as a successful human being. I'm looking to enjoy myself differently. I'm looking to help myself to give more words. And the next 10 years of my life with words is something big. I'll show you something. I'll show you something, man. I'll show you something. I'll show you something that I can do. And now I can do some words of encouragement for people as a busking performer. And I can do it as a busking performer, I can do something. But guess what? It's much more how I feel that life is catching up in a way of I'm moving ahead of life. I'm moving ahead of life. I'm making sure of it. I'm making sure anyway that what I do is I make millions of dollars ahead of the game. And I understand straight away how I feel. I feel that the more words I do, the better I feel. And the more I express myself daily with new synonyms and antonyms, the better and richer vocabulary I have to succeed in front of people just like you. So it's all different, and it's just practice. Actually, it's all practice for me. Actually, if you're practicing all day long, then make sure you understand I'm here trying to give my life for you so that you become successful. So I'm understanding straight away. I'm learning that nice beautiful feel. I mean, Jesus Christ is listening to me and I'm just successful, but That's the thing. I wish other people never believed me. And let it be that way. I'm very successful. And I need to go the way of words much more. I need to go and push my words daily. I need to go and study upon helping myself to deliver content. You guys have to be so into yourself, but that's the thing. Within the next 10 years, I can do this. 20 years, I'll solidify it. 30 years, I'm a millionaire. In 30 years' time. I'll be around, 29 now. So 40, I'll say 39, 49, 59. At 60, I'm a millionaire, at least. So 30 years is a plan. Let it be that way. Let it be. I'm a millionaire eventually. Eventually I'll promote myself along the way, and I get to enjoy my life, I promise you, and other people are giving up.
Can we put it in your blood pressure then?
See ya. So guys, I just made myself go over there to do some blood pressure because the nurses were calling me. But I have a nice beautiful haircut, and my haircut's excellent. So I'm just learning something about myself over here. That I'm excellent in terms of how I look, but I can look better. And there's a thing about me that I want to achieve $1 million before I do my physical health. I want to achieve $1 million of plastic money before I do my physical health. And why is that? It's much more how I want to do more words with you. It's much more how eventually my muscles are going to fade away. My muscles and my body is going to fade away and get old. I understand, but everything's getting younger for our time. But eventually the physical body gets so weak. And it gets weaker and weaker and weaker for our time. So what's the point of having a great body? Understand? Have a Jesus Christ body. That's what I'm talking about. Go the way of Jesus Christ body and look the way Jesus Christ looks in physical health. And that's the way. It's the best way. Yes, you may have a great body for 20 years, but eventually that fades away. And all that hard work you put in is for nothing anymore. That's short term. Physical aspects of life is short term. But what I'm teaching you guys now is I'm learning quickly upon helping myself to deliver content and information. And now synonyms for today, I made more enough synonyms for today. I'm making sure I can go and lift myself with what I have right now. I make sure every single day I'm on top of the game as much as I can. I'm really, really, really into the words I say. So as I really, really speak the words, I have to speak the words in Serbian as well. And I'm learning very quickly about what I need to do. I'm on top of life. With words. I'm on top of it. And I have 1 year of words to do before I get better. In a sense, there's a whole freaking decade ahead of me. That's all words for me. Words. I'm just speaking words behind the scenes. And then people suddenly see me as a millionaire. And people say, who's this guy? He's a millionaire. So he's somebody. They say he's somebody. They start calling me somebody around town. But never ever eat and speak in an audio program. Why? Because suddenly it's never really how it is. Suddenly never really goes as much. So imagine me eating right now. You guys get it? How does that feel? That never goes with you, does it? In a sense, so when you eat. And when you speak on an audio program, speak in an audio program. Never fucking drink water or Coca-Cola or anything while fucking speaking. You must understand, that means you can drown yourself. Never speak and drink. Drink while you drink and eat while you eat. Understand? And now, you must understand, if you want to watch TV and eat, Actually, guess what? Actually, it's much better to look at something that's still, that's never moving or eating. I understand. Why is that? Because you have a much more greater time. Actually, there's a better time coming where you need to understand that over here they force me to eat over there. I understand that I want to watch a bit of AEW. I want to watch a bit of AEW. So what I need to do is play some AEW on and also watch over here myself growing with words, but also eating and watching AEW. But just really quickly. And now, does it work out for me? Or actually, guess what? Or actually, no. But I want to test it one more time. Or actually, just eat what you eat and drink what you drink. It's always going to be that kind of occasion. And never watch TV while you eat and drink. Or actually, that's what I'm saying. Or actually, focus on your food. Because otherwise, or that's how you eat and drink then. Or actually, guess what? Or actually, never eat and drink gobbling down food while you're watching TV. I mean, try to feel the sensation of the food and drink alone without watching TV. Understand? I mean, guess what? Actually, it's more how it is. That if you watch TV, then you never ever even think of eating. I mean, you're never even eating anymore. I mean, you're just gobbling down food. I mean, because something's moving on the television, and that, I mean, whatever's moving on the television is more important than what you're eating. I mean, all I'm saying is what you're doing right now is more important than what's on the TV screen. I mean, yes, and first, yeah. First, guess what? First, it's much more. I understand straight away. Guess what? I mean, learn how to understand. That some of you may be watching TV right now, but what's much better is experiencing yourself talking. I mean, experience yourself talking, and you may be watching TV in silence and listening to me. Then it works out for you to watch images and to listen to me. But you must understand that every single day, learn how to understand how to experiment. I mean, learn to experience and experiment something that you've never done before. I mean, in a sense, so there's a lot happening in the world. But go and do a quick scan. I mean, scan everything quickly. I mean, quickly scan over it. I mean, see what they're doing and learn the ideas quickly. I mean, there's no time to watch everything. I mean, there's only time to watch yourself grow. And there's only time for you. And there's no time for anything else. Actually, that's what I'm saying. Actually, all day, every single day, I'm learning how to grow myself regardless. So I'm making sure you understand that I came here in a hospital because I was banging on the door. I was saying, motherfucker. I was fucking banging on my dad's door. And I did call the cops as well. And the cops came. And there was a standoff between my dad and I. And he unfortunately never did want to talk to me. But guess what? I never did want to talk to him. So I put my chair in a way or direction that I want to get the fuck away from him. And police sent me straight to the nursing home. I mean, they sent me straight to the psych ward with psychiatrists. And now they're calling me schizophrenic. Because I was fucking banging the door. I'm never fucking schizophrenic. I mean, do you believe a schizophrenic can do this? In terms of what I've given you in this audio program? Unfortunately, fuck no. Unfortunately, schizophrenics are unable to talk to you. Unfortunately, they're killers. I'm never a killer. I mean, they're calling me schizophrenic. I'm never schizophrenia, man. I mean, why was I fucking banging on the door? I was fucking banging on the door. I mean, you guys may have heard it. I was fucking banging on the door because I was fucking afraid of my dad so much. I was so afraid of him because I understand that he has no word I and he can kill me. And I was afraid of him because of that, and I was banging the door because of that. I was banging the door because I was believing that he's going to kill me. Unfortunately, that's it. Unfortunately, I mean, that's it. Unfortunately, now, if people are out to get you or something like that, then that's schizophrenia. But that's similar to what I was doing. I was thinking that he's going to kill me. But if you are somebody who's believing that other people are going to kill you, then that's schizophrenia. Actually, it is. But anybody who believes anybody is going to kill them is the one that's going to kill other people. But I'm never killing other people. I'm never going to kill other people. But guess what? Actually, now, do the psychiatrists have it on point about me? Actually, guess what? Actually, I'm not schizophrenic. But they believe schizophrenia of me. Actually, they believe I had a manic episode of schizophrenia. Actually, yes, I had a manic episode of schizophrenia, but it never makes me Actually, it never makes me schizophrenic. Actually, it never makes me schizophrenic. I mean, that's like saying to Jesus Christ that Jesus Christ is never God because the woman did touch him. You understand? But of course, God is God, even when a woman touches him. You understand? Actually, it's like that. Actually, that's what I'm saying. Actually, that's how stupid they look. I'm God in disguise. Understand? And they never believe that of me, and that's it. Actually, they never believe my story, and that's it. Actually, now, all I need to do is you have to understand that in psych wards or nursery homes, they want you to be there for 6 weeks sometimes, or 5 weeks, or 10 weeks, or 6 months to see how well, in terms of how well are you. When they want to see how much reactions of anger you have. When they want to see how angry you get. So, if you're good, and if you're never ever angry, then you get to go home very soon. And if you never get angry, then you get to go home earlier. If you get angry, and angry, they keep you in a psych ward for the rest of your life. Actually, yeah. Actually, there's a woman over there, and every single time I fucking walk out where she is, she says, Zion, I say, how are you, Zion? See, Lord Jesus, she says, Lord Jesus is the Bible of God. I say, Lord Jesus is the Bible of God. And she's very sick. But is she really sick? Unfortunately, she needs help. She needs help because she is unable to see what exactly she's saying. But then she also is able to see what she's saying. Every single time I walk out, she has to say something. And she says, Zion, Mama said that she has a pineapple. She says, like, Mama has a pineapple. She says that to me. Mama has a pineapple? Who's Mama? Who's Mama? Who are you talking about? That's the kind of woman she is. But she never said that. But it's something along the lines. And she calls me Noah. She calls me Noah of the Bible. Understand? But the thing is, she needs help, and she needs help because that's schizophrenia. And schizophrenia is something where somebody is totally in delusion of who they are. They're totally delusional, and they believe that they are somebody else, and that they know you from somewhere. Like they just met you, and because they just met you, they believe they know you, and because they believe they know you, guess what? Then you must understand, I'm never schizophrenic, but it's more how it is. It's more somebody comes up to you and says, hey Noah, say how are you? I just met you today, but I want to see how are you. Mama brought chicken for us. What the fuck? What the fuck are you on about? Mama brought chicken for us. I just met you. That woman is delusional. You understand? Yeah. That's schizophrenia, yeah? Do you understand? But listen to me. Is she honest? But is she honest? Is she really honest though? Imagine she is honest. That Mama did bring chicken for us. Imagine she's just saying, hey, come over my house so we can have chicken. But she never wants to kill you. But she's just not like that. But she's just like that. People start saying that she's schizophrenic. But what if she's really like that? And that's the way she is. But what if she's not like that? Then she's delusional and schizophrenic. Unfortunately, what's the chances that she's delusional and schizophrenic in that moment? 99% that she's schizophrenia and delusional. Do you act like that? When you see a little kid, hey, mama bought us snakes. Come with me, I'll show you some snakes in my house. The woman just fucking met the child. What the fuck? I said, do I sound schizophrenic? I'm not schizophrenic, man. But I have to fucking be here 5 weeks and 6 weeks, and around 6 weeks, I have to be here in the hospital ward because they believe fucking schizophrenia of me. So they're letting me out free. They're letting me for free to go out of the ward now. But I never want to come back. But I've learned something along the way. I've learned how to do something and do some stuff over here that I want to teach you. I want to teach you something about my life. I want to teach you that I'm never wasting time. I'm never wasting my time over here, especially because I have something to give. I have something to do all the time. I have something to be elaborating myself about. But the more I speak to you via audio program, the better I become. That's all. But my mum wants to limit my intake of talking words to you. And that's why I'm understanding now that whatever she has planning for me is something that is going to fall by the wayside at some point. And let it be that way. Or should I just keep going? Every single day I'm focusing on helping myself to succeed. I'm focusing myself into greatness. I want to read more audiobooks. I want to read more of everything. While talking to you, I want to read more. I want to read more of everything. But there's only so much time to read. I have to be doing much more work to become a star. I have to become something much more. And now, what kind of star do I become? I just want to make some money to live my life. I just want to make some money to be able to live my life for the rest of my life. But I already see how much work there is in comparison that people have to do. I can see so much work they have to do in this lifetime. I can see how much work, but I can do it. I can do all that work because I love life so much. And that's why I'm understanding straight away that my life is greater when I'm talking to you. But when I'm never talking to you, I'm talking to you anyway. I'm always talking to you. I'm always talking to you somehow. So that's what I'm understanding. You guys have to capture my attitude about life. There's 30 years more for me to be able to become a millionaire. I'm about 50 years. I have about 50 more years of life. In 50 years' time, I'll be 39, 49, 59, 69, 79 years of age. Do you believe I can become a millionaire? Yeah. I plan to be here until 100 and more. I'm definitely here. So guess what? Over there it's starting dinner. And I just go.
Daddy,
See ya.
dinner.
See ya. So did you hear the nurse? See, that's a nurse. So she's saying dinner. Dinner's over here. So I have to go dinner.